Welcome back to the Fitness Show, brought to you by UFC Gym of Santa Clarita. I'm Ellen Como, your host, and I'm here with Dumont, Washington, and we've been talking about UFC Gym of Santa Clarita. But now we're going to get a little serious, and we're going to talk about something that I know is a specialty of Dumont's. So I'm going to hand a lot of this next segment over to him, and I want you to just go with it. We're going to talk about women's self-defense and bullying. So take it away, Dumont.
So I'm doing a fitness challenge with Lyndon and Vanessa Coleman, and the fitness challenge, it's a part of obviously just getting in shape. But one thing that I want to include, sprinkle here and there, is self-defense, and a lot of women need self-defense. I feel like every woman should have the confidence to take a jog at night. If you want to jog at night, go for a run, you shouldn't have to worry about it. If you want to go to the store and get some milk or for something, you should be able to do that and be confident to do that. I feel even with children, bullying is real. Bullying is really real, and it comes to the point where we have online bullying, we have physical bullying, you have verbal bullying, exactly, mental bullying, which could be even worse. And it's all bullying. People think of the word bullying as like, oh, it's a elementary word, or no, it happens to grown men and grown women. And a part of the defense, self-defense, is you could protect yourself not only with your hands, with your knees, with your elbows is what we do, but obviously protect yourself with the confidence to be able to say, no, don't talk to me like that, don't treat me like that. I'm another person. I feel like as people, you should never treat another person like that, in any way, and with the whole the training thing, I'm teaching you physical stuff, but it's also mental as well. Like I said in the beginning, I'm a personal trainer, but at the same time, I'm a coach. I'm a life coach. It really is a lifestyle. When I started this, I was bullied when I was younger. I was always the smaller guy, always the smaller guy, and I was bullied not only physically but but mentally, verbally and stuff. And when I got into martial arts, when I first got into martial arts, I got into boxing when I was younger, before I started MMA, kickboxing and stuff. And I started boxing, and yeah, I got the confidence, physically. I felt like, oh, if this guy's talking, I could beat him up, yeah. But I would never put my hands on somebody because I got the discipline. I felt the confidence, and I felt like, no matter what old boy says to me, I'll tell him off like this, and I won't tell him off like in a disrespectful way, because the way I was brought up, you could tell somebody off respectful and then make them think, question themselves, why do I treat people like that? Why do I do that? You know what I'm saying?
The sad part is a lot of people that are bullies are usually probably bullied when they were younger, and instead of getting a healthy way and healthy avenue on how to handle it, they continue the cycle, or they're very insecure, or there's bullies are bullies. They're that way for a reason, and they're at this age, I'm being bullied right now. Emotionally bullied every day, and so there's nothing I can do about it. So I just have to keep rising above it every single day, and knowing who I am as a person, and knowing that eventually, and this is a horrible way to think, but you think eventually someone's going to come along and then they're going to bully them instead of you. You know what I mean? You're just kind of going, okay, it's going to move on to somebody else, but bullies usually were bullied at some point.
Yeah, and it just continues the cycle.
Yep. So don't continue the cycle if you're bullied.
And it comes back to what we said earlier, 10, 15 minutes ago. You truly create your own destiny. You create your own world. If I feel like, or I felt like, 10 years ago, I was getting bullied. I didn't even like going to school at a point. And, I felt like, my dad, maybe he knew, maybe he didn't. Maybe he saw that I was doing, but he put me in this boxing program in Newhall, actually, at the rec center. And with that, slowly, I had no idea. I just thought I was going to practice. I just thought I was doing a thing. But slowly but surely, I feel like I built up that confidence. And I feel like no matter where I go, I walk into a room. I feel like everybody should treat each other with that respect.
Yep.
Always. And nobody will get disrespected. And with the kids, also, I didn't mention earlier, I teach the kids once a week. I do a kids DUT class, the little circuit. We have Coach Armando. He does the jiu-jitsu class, which is great. I feel like every child, it should be in PE. Every child should learn some martial arts, a self-defense program. Because like I said, I don't fight on the street. Why would I fight on the street? Because I know what I could do to somebody. So I have that, you know, like I have that in the back of my head always. And I feel like if every child, people think, oh, if I put my kid in UFC, he's gonna start fighting kids. You know, he's gonna start bullying. It's literally the exact opposite.
Exactly.
It's literally the exact opposite. And maybe your child would see somebody getting bullied and he'd stand up for that kid because he knows, you know. And I feel like deep down in my heart, for real, they should put that in PE. You know, they at least once a week or something, a little something. And even if not, you know, we're out of school now. If women, they should, you know, learn some self-defense. They really should learn something. I don't know the exact stat, but women are attacked, you know.
Do you know 1 out of 4 women in college are either attacked or raped? 1 in 4. So if you've got, you know, if you are, your daughter's in college right now and she's got 6 friends, you're gonna bet like one of them out of that 4 is going to be attacked or raped. And those are the numbers that we know about that are reporting. How many people are not reporting? And I just want to say one thing about the bullying too. If you are being bullied, it's not because you're weak. Usually bullies try to pick on people that they see something in that they want for themselves. And there's a part of you that they want and they can't have, so they're going to go out and destroy it because they can't own it. So you remember that. There's something special about you. And that's why you're being bullied. It's for no other reason. So usually those are the people that get picked on. Somebody will see something, a spark in somebody, or there's a way they carry themselves, or maybe it's they see how their family is or their success. And they grab onto all of that. A bully is only going to bully someone because they want to own what you possess that they can't have. That's what bullying is in my eyes.
And it comes to the point where, you know, you see a bully. Most of the time, most of bullying happens outside of school, but a lot of it happens at school. It comes to the point where, you know, you see the bully every day at school. You see him every day. You hate it. It goes to the point where that gets you hate school. You slacken your schoolwork and stuff. And it really is. It really is a downhill slope. And my kids, I have a youngest kid, I was like 4 years old, and I feel like that's perfect. I feel like that kid, even he's been with us, you know, for a couple months, but I feel like I've seen the difference. You know, you really see the difference. You know, they're happier. They want to learn the moves because kids, they're excited. They want to move around and stuff. You know, they're all giddy, so they want to learn the moves. You know, and they're like, oh, coach, let me show you this, let me show you that, and that's great. You know.
Yeah, I love watching the kids when I walk into the gym in the evenings, and I love watching. I mean, I'm having to pay attention to my class, but I'm wanting to watch these little kids because they're adorable and they are wonderful and they're working so hard. And I love it when you or Asia walks by and they all like follow you like you're the Pied Pipers. You know, it's so cute to see them, how they all just bounce behind. They're so happy and they're all having such a great time.
And they really do love it. They do love it.
And I've seen the ones that do kind of stand in the corner and they're not quite ready. You know, they don't know if they want to really jump in or not. And then I slowly get to watch them kind of.
And I see that, you know, I see the group of kids, all those kids, they're working on their moves, and then I see, you know, little Billy or, you know, what have you in the corner, and that's perfect. I like when I see that, because then I go up to little Billy and I say, oh, you know, what's wrong, buddy? You know, maybe he's lacking confidence, maybe it's this, maybe it's that. But I find that at that young age, and then, you know, I mentor him. Next thing you know, a month later, 2 months later, he's in it, and that's exactly what kids need. You know, I'm not putting down baseball, football, basketball. I love those sports are great, but I feel like with martial arts, it really teaches you that discipline. It really teaches you that respect, and it comes down to, you know, I would never, you know, I would never disrespect my elder. I see you as my coach. I really do. I see you as my coach, and you always have to respect your coach because you have so much knowledge. You have so much knowledge to give, you know.
Yeah, and that's what it should be. And I respect you, and I see what you're doing, and what you're doing is completely different than me. I've never let anybody hit me. I don't know what I would do. I don't know if I'd cry or kill them. I don't know which one I would do. I don't know which one. You don't know which way you're going to go. But another thing, too, I've seen with the little kids group is I saw a little girl, and she was very, very withdrawn, and she was very sad. And I saw 3 of the other kids all surround her. Why? What's wrong? What can we do? That was so amazing. There was like a little boy and girl. I don't even know if boys and girls, they were all together, and they all, instead of doing their own thing, they stopped to make sure she was okay.
It really is a team. It really is a team, and more than that, it really is a family at our gym.
It is.
It comes to the point where we come there every day. Of course, we work there. We have no choice. But we see the members literally every day.
Yes.
I see the same people every day, the same people putting in work. Christmas just happened. You know, I got Christmas presents. It felt good.
Exactly.
You know, it really is a family. And with the kids, too, we see the kids every day. We have mom, dad, brother, sister, aunt, uncle, everybody comes in, and it really is good to see.
Yes. Yeah, and the members it is truly a family, and we walk in, we help each other walk through life, and I stay sometimes after my class, because I'll have 3 or 4 people that just need someone to talk to, or maybe it might be one person that just needs, gosh, do you have a few minutes, Ellen? I need someone. Yeah, of course, I'm here. Let's do this. What do you need? We're always there for you to help you walk through, whether it's fitness or it could be something personal. They don't trust anybody, and they can't talk to anybody, but they feel. And I went through a very tragic situation where I had to put my puppy to sleep, and I remember I brought him to work one day because I knew I only had limited amount of days and with him, and so I thought, oh gosh, people are going to think I'm crazy. But instead, I got to say, the most beautiful thing happened. The day that I put him to sleep, I showed up the next day. I couldn't work that day, and I hope I don't cry. I'm on film right now, but I'll be okay. Every member came up to me, hugged me, and told me their dog story. And I got to say, it made me feel so loved, and it took away like everything that I had going on at that moment. And that was such a special moment in that gym for me. So, where I got to look at the members and go, "Are you kidding?" And it was funny. I was up there to teach my class, and each one walked up separately and told me their story. And each story actually helped me so much. Yeah. And I remember one of the members gave me an amazing, amazing piece of advice, and I'm not even going to go into it right now, but it was like, oh my gosh, he took my heart and just settled it so much. So they're invested in us, which when that happens as a trainer or a coach, when they're invested in you, you feel so much more responsible. I'm responsible to make sure that you're going to get the best workout you can, and your bodies are going to change in the safest environment possible. But when you invest that way in a coach, my gosh, to me, I take that as so much more responsibility. Oh, yeah, now that's just
you are
grown,
a mentor,
right? Exactly. Now it's just grown, and it's a lot of responsibility that we take on, which is an amazing responsibility. So, but let's get back to you, your challenge.
Yeah. So the challenge.
We're so good at going off in different directions, aren't we? Right? I know.
Perfect. This way, that way. So the challenge actually starts January 23rd, and it's not only for members. If you're not a member of the UFC gym, you could come in and sign up. Like I said, we're going to be doing a lot of stuff, a lot of fitness stuff. The beginning of the year, like Ellen said, we got Super Bowl coming up.
Yep.
But you don't stress like, oh, I'm not ready. You come in how you are, and we'll get you out, we'll make you the better person. If you want to learn a little bit of self-defense, why not? Everybody should learn how to defend yourself. If you're a woman, if you're a child, if you're a grown man in your 30s, you should know how to defend yourself at all times. You shouldn't feel like you should be able to protect your family, protect yourself. So we're going to be doing a little bit of that too. Like I said, I have Lyndon and Vanessa Coleman. We're all working together. They're actually they've been doing this for years. They actually have a podcast themselves. It's called He's the DJ, I'm the Rapper, or She's the DJ, I'm the Rapper, excuse me. And they've been doing it for a while, so we have some really good stuff coming up. This is actually only the 3rd challenge we've done as a gym. We're actually a fairly new gym. We're celebrating our 2nd anniversary coming up soon. 2 years. So it's gonna be great. Hopefully you come by. Also, always, guys, I'm talking about the challenge. The challenge is a big thing. It's going to be fun. I hope you sign up. But feel free just to come by and take a class. If you just want to come by, you're sick of LA Fitness, you're sick of 24. I love those gyms, but you want something different. You want to train different. You want to live different. Come to the UFC gym and try it out. I promise you won't regret it. You have a little kid. You have a child. You have a teenager. You got a brother that's in his 20s or 30s, and you feel like maybe they're lacking confidence, maybe they're getting bullied, maybe maybe you don't know, maybe you have an idea. tell them, hey, why don't you try the gym? Say, hey, you want to take this boxing class with me? You want to take this kickboxing class with me? And I promise you, they won't regret it, because it really is. This really changed my life. Who knows what I would be doing right now? I'm 24 years old. I'll be 25 in September, and it really did change my life. I always had a good head on my shoulders, but it could always go left. It could always go right. It could always go up. It could always go down. But right now in my life, truly, I'm going up, and the sky's the limit, really. If it wasn't for mixed martial arts, UFC, UFC gym. I've only been working at the gym for only about a year, a little over a year, but it's completely changed my life. It's got to the point where I have these clients. I'm thinking about the next step. I'm thinking about 2018. It's 2017 right now, but I'm thinking about 2018. I'm thinking about 2019, and this has helped me, but I'm trying to help you as well. We could make this even better. We're in this together. We're a team. We really are a family.
Absolutely. It is a family there. It's teamwork. That's what fitness is. And that's what it always should be. So if you do show up for any classes, I always recommend talk to the coaches if it's your first time. Let them know it's your first time there. We see so many people throughout the day. I always try to see and seek out new faces, but you might look like somebody that's been in my class, and so I will always kind of search out who doesn't look familiar to me and say, hey, I don't think you've been in my class before. But if it's your first time with the class, please walk up, introduce yourself to the coach instructor. Also, let them know right off the bat if you have any restrictions or any concerns, because what that does is allows us as instructors to really give you the experience that you need in that class. If you just kind of join in, stand in the back, don't say anything, and you've got like a shoulder or a knee injury that you're not telling us about, we can't help you. Now, I always ask, does anyone have any injuries? And I've had people that have had injuries that won't say it out loud. Please don't do that. You're doing yourself a disservice, because we need to know that we're not going to limit you from doing something. What we're going to do is modify it for you so you won't get hurt. So it's so important to do that, right? Yes. So that's an important thing. And what I love is that you're putting in self-defense and into a challenge, because
which I feel like isn't really done. I feel like there's been many fitness challenges. I've been in the gym community for a little over 10 years, and it's, oh, you're trying to lose weight, or you're trying to defend yourself. It's either I'm doing a women's self-defense seminar just for women, I'm doing a kids anti-bullying, or it's a fitness challenge. But it's everything, where you're getting in shape and you're getting, learning how to defend yourself, which is another thing that I feel like is great about kickboxing, boxing, MMA. You're getting in shape, you're feeling better about yourself, your body's feeling better about yourself, you love it, your body loves it, you're learning stuff, you got to continue to learn, even if you're older, you're learning new stuff and you're having fun. You're having fun. Everybody, it's the best class. We play good music. Everybody's moving around. Everybody's dancing around. After the class, everybody feels good. High fives all around. Yep. It really is, one of the best workouts you could do,
Yeah, I do a treadmill class Wednesday nights at 5 when Dermot's teaching his kickboxing, and I always use his music. I'm like, yay! I got your music, so I'm using your music, because on Wednesdays I make that my cardio day. My 8:30 class in the morning and my 5 o'clock class in the evening, I do a treadmill class, because it's so inspiring for people to get on the treadmill together, and I'll be running and doing drills together versus by themselves, because you can pace the person next to you. And it's funny, the faster person, the slower person will always pace with the faster person. And the faster person's just kind of going, so there's just a pacing thing that goes on. So somebody will run faster than they ever have, longer than they ever have. They don't even realize how long that they've run, because they're there in a group, and there's that energy of the group. So they're not just sitting there on the treadmill with their headphones on in their own world. They're sitting there, and there's interaction going on, and it really helps with their run.
And that kind of reminds me, maybe you're listening right now, maybe you're watching, and you're like, well, Coach DeMont, Coach Ellen, I've never worked out before.
That's perfect.
I don't feel confident going into the gym. Like she said, that's perfect. I'm glad. I'm glad you haven't worked out before. I'm glad that you're coming to us for your first intro into fitness, because it's going to be great.
I have a few people that have never worked out before, and they've been in my classes since the new year, because they thought this was going to be the year for them. So I've been really being able to watch them, and and when you walk in and you've never worked out before, don't think you have to be at everyone else's level. Everyone in that class is at a different level, and they're at a different level for a reason. It could be because of how long they've been working out. Maybe they just pick up on things. I mean, it's just, everyone has their own journey in fitness. No two journeys look the same. And when you are just starting out, it's nice to have that one person in the room that you look at and kind of go, wow, I want to be able to do what they do one day.
Really,
yeah, don't look at them and go, oh my gosh, look what they can do and I can't. Don't look at it that way. Look at it like, oh my gosh, look what they can do. I can't wait till I can do that.
Exactly.
That's what you want to look, and it's the coolest thing in the world. In my classes, I'll have a member come in and they'll be with me for 6 months. And then I'll have someone walk in and they look at that member that's been there for 6 months and, hey, I want to look like you. I want to do what you do. It's the most wonderful feeling in the world, because I can look and see their inside, how excited they are. Really? I'm like your inspiration? Because they walked in having someone else as their inspiration, and now they get to be somebody else's inspiration.
It truly is a journey, like you said. It really is a journey. You start from one end, and it's a journey, but I feel like there's no ending, really.
No,
I'm still on my journey. She's still on her journey. We're still going.
Oh, we need to take a break right here. We can't keep going. We're going to be right back. You're listening to The Fitness Show on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS.
It's your worst nightmare. Your loved one's been arrested.
Welcome back to The Fitness Show, brought to you by UFC Gym Santa Clarita. I'm Ellen Como. I'm here with Demont Washington. And when does your challenge start, Demont?
It starts January 23rd, actually.
Okay, good.
And like I said earlier, you don't have to be a member to sign up. You could just come in the gym, ask about the fitness challenge. I'll probably be there hanging out. You want to talk to me? We could talk about fitness. We could talk about life. We could talk about music. Like I said, I have a show coming up tonight at Beer Academy. I probably go on kind of late, like at 12, but I'll see you there. But yeah, UFC Gym, our address is 18655 Soledad Canyon Road, Santa Clarita, California, 91351. If you want more information, ufcgym.com/Santa Clarita. We have the UFC Gym app.
Is that what UFC Gym app?
Yeah, just UFC Gym. UFC Gym app. UFC Gym app. Instagram, UFC Gym Santa Clarita.
Yep.
You can see some pictures, some videos of our classes. We have some really good stuff up. We have some stuff coming on the way. Me and Alan are actually going to be coming out with some workout videos that we want to include. Maybe on the UFC Instagram, maybe we might be creating our own. But just like daily videos, something as easy as, hey guys, today I'm showing you the 1, 2, 3 right elbow. And then next week, she'll have something, or maybe we'll go, 2 times a week or something like that. We're still talking about that, but we want to get, the social media.
Definitely want to get the videos so you can see what we're doing. I'm going to be doing a lot. I'm really going to be breaking down the moves so you're doing everything correctly. So when you walk into a gym and you try to do these moves on your own, you're doing them with proper form and technique. That's going to be kind of my thing that I'm going to be doing on these videos. It's kind of, because a lot of times when you walk into the gym by yourself, and then maybe you can't take a class because of time, we want you to walk in the door anyway, and if you have that guidance, you're going to be able to walk in the door and know you're doing it correctly, so that's important. So we're both here for you, and we have a great staff, great staff, and a lot of great things going on. And if we have a few minutes left, so we were talking, I know before we were talking about the food prep, and that's how Demont does it. And I have a nutrition company that I work with that you can always get a hold of me on Facebook on Ellen Greenberg Como, and I can tell you all about it. It's something that I'm doing. It's funny, and at Demont's age, it's really, even though, but he already gets it. At Demont's age, and when you're in your 20s, you can really, if your fitness is on track as far as your exercise, your nutrition is about 40%, at your age. And then when you get to your 30s, it's about 60-40. And then when you get into your 40s, it's about 70-30. And then now when you get after that, it's like 80-20. And I mean 80% nutrition, 20% exercise. The exercise always needs to be there, though. That's your foundation of health and wellness. And
I feel people don't really think about nutrition. Honestly, I would say most people my age, they really don't think about it at all. They think, I'm gonna hit the gym hard. I hit the gym hard, bro. Let's go in and out. I'm getting a 4x4, and it's like, dude, you did all that work in the gym. Now fuel your body. Fuel your body with something good. You have your 4x4 on Sunday while we watch the game. You got to put in that chicken, that bison, that lamb, that good stuff.
Bison, yum, that's my favorite. Bison. I know, bison's the best, and it's the highest form. It's got the highest protein count to it too. Bison is so good for us. But yeah, but you can get away with it in the 20s. You can. You can get away with going out and working out and having that 4x4.
I had that glazed donut hamburger, you know?
Yeah, you can have it. You can do it. But when you get to my age, it's a lot more technical. And for men and women that are in their 40s and their 50s, it's harder. You know, the nutrition has to be on point. Now we get into men and women, and we're going through, you know, men are going through andropause, women menopause, and then that changes all our hormones again. So that's why the fitness company that I chose is very, very balanced, and it hits on a cellular level. And it's very simple, you know, because it's a couple shakes in a meal, or it's, if you're at your weight, it's, you know, 1 shake, 2 meals, and the shake is whole food. You have to drink it within 15 minutes because there's live enzymes in it, and it's a whole system that I do. So that's something, if you guys are interested in, you can PM me. I can help you out with that. It's amazing. Now, you know, and like I said, or, you know, like with Demont, he's doing his meal prep. So there's not one nutrition for everybody, just like there's not one workout for everybody.
Everybody's different. Literally, everybody is really different. You know, some things, you know, I have a really fast metabolism. You know, I eat it goes out, you know. So, but it might not be the same for you, so you might have to, you know, try to do it different, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, when I was in my 20s, I would never do the nutrition company I am doing now. I just wouldn't, right? But now in my 50s, I do. So it's just where we are in our life, and that's
Everybody's on their journey. Everybody's really on their journey. Like I said earlier, guys, if you guys want to contact me, just facebook.com/Demont, DEMONT.Washington. Instagram, MontyXX, but the O is an X, so there's 3 X's. If you guys want to hear some good music, you know, check that out. If you guys want to see some fitness, we got fights on the way, we got this, we got that. It's going to be a good year, everybody. It's 2017.
There we go. So I just want to thank everyone for listening today. We're going to be back in 2 weeks. So we're going to be, and I have no idea. It's going to be a surprise who comes back and gets to share the seat with me as we talk about fitness. I want to thank everyone for listening this last year, and look forward to a great year. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.